There we go. Oh, actually, this is normally when I would stream anyway. Let's go, dude. Let's go. All right, let's. Whoops. It's a bit loud. Oh, now it's a bit quiet. Okay, I'm going both ways. It's going both ways. Alright, we'll see how it'll get pumping at some point. Refresh. There we go. Okay, do that. Do that. Do. Yeah, it's always annoying to figure this out. If I go back in here? Ah, I just do that. I do this. Okay. Do. There we go. Oh. Then I can do that. Ah. Aha, I think I have all my ducks in a row finally. Yes, all of my ducks are in a row. Alright, cool. I'm jumping right into it, honestly. I'm jumping right in. So, we just today got some more Ascendancy classes. So, oh, I wanted to pop all of these out. The ones that I'm interested in, anyway. There are two that I don't know what to do anything with, and that is Antiquarian for the Marauder, and Architect of Chaos for Templar. I have never done ward looping stuff, or like ward builds in general, and I have never done a pure ball skill build. So I got nothing for those. Like, I'll look at this again, just for a quick look, but I think for the most part, this is what we're rolling with. And then, yeah, we'll throw some builds together. So I think the first one I want to look at, though, is Servant of Arcali. I kind of have the most ideas for this build, for this, like, class off the top of my head. I think I have the most ideas for this one. I think I have, like, 3 builds that I can think of. There's way more. This is just, like, a generically good Ascendancy that it should be reasonably easy to put a build together for this stuff. But what I want to do is I actually started a build on the side just for the yuck of it. So this is for Servant of Arcali. So I think I'm going to have 2 different variants for Servant of Arcali. One will be this. And then another one is going to be... another minion version, but it'll be melee minions. I think I'll do dominating blow stuff. We'll try to go dominating blow with it. But for now, actually, I'm gonna move myself. Cool. And then also, I'll probably boot up Path of Exile whenever I like have a class that I want to do something with, but I just don't have ideas. So I'll probably pull up Path of Exile whenever I'm stuck. But for the time being, I have ideas. Also, it's too warm. It's too warm. Taking this off. All right, so let's try to figure some stuff out. Let's try to figure some things out. So this is my initial attempt here. So we have good old. We're gonna go good old Bama. Good old Bama. So I think this would go in weapon 1, of course. Which I'm not trying to make these items be anything consistent, I will say. They're not gonna, I don't need them to be crazy. I don't need them to be consistent. I just need them to be okay. Another thing, I'm not sure about Ancient Skull. I think Ancient Skull would be okay if... where is it? Leech. And also probably that. I also wonder if Grave Pact is actually worth it. Like, what is their chance to hit? 97. Okay, so maybe I should leave it. Because it actually looks like the accuracy will kind of matter. Maybe I'll just need Ghastly Eye Jewels to actually solve that. Like, this is just a month-long event. I mean, a lot can happen in a month, right? So I'm trying to think of just like things that are reasonable to add to the build within a month. So also I'm gonna turn this down a little bit in my head. There we go. Okay, so this is with 15 seconds, but I figure that should be really doable, right? 10% chance to inflict withered, yeah. And between the Bamas, the spiders that will be out, and specters, that should be fine. So I think then I do need to put in. Let's quickly throw together a quiver. We will just make a. It's hard to decide. I think either a broadhead or a vial would be the best. Let's take a look at base. 15, 3, 9. Yeah, we'll go vial. Try to get vial with it. Of course, perfect implicit, because that's easy. Yeah, so we want to get fizz. Damage with attack skills. Or damage with bow skills is good, yeah. And then max life, ideally. Set it to something like that. Crit multi. What's their crit chance? Crit chance is 38%. That's actually pretty good. Oh, if I got the what is it? I think there is. Does that monkey still give power charges? I actually don't remember anymore. Because they changed it a while ago, and I don't remember if it still gives power charges to allies or not. If it doesn't, then how can they generate power charges? Only if I ran Assassin's Mark? I think that would be the only way for them to generate power charges otherwise. Oh, the other option would be if I got a spine bow that is Shaper, and then it rolled well and also had the modifier for chance to gain a power charge on crit. I think those are the only two ways. Those are the only two ways that I can think of for them to gain power charges, so I won't worry about that. I will need to add a crafted modifier, so I don't want to go too far. We'll go attack speed, and I don't want to go anything too crazy here. Maybe we just go accuracy, because they need some accuracy. So we'll go accuracy, and then we want to keep one thing modifier from crafting bench. It's not different, is it? Failed mod. Well, let me check. Let's see. There we go. Crit chance and frenzy charge on crit. That's what we want. We don't have crit here, right? Okay. Sweet. So we add that. Add that, and then we can say minions use frenzy charges. Nice. Nice. It's also, I'm kind of considering, so kind of a big deal with this build is I was like, especially for, or at least for the Bama variant, right? I'm wondering if the raised spiders just doesn't actually matter for Bama, for the Bama variant. I was kind of just thinking about doing it just because I like using the raised spiders, and I have never really done anything with them. But I wonder if... But I can't take Silk Dancer as well. I would have to drop something else if I wanted to take Silk Dancer. Also, I can make myself a bit smaller. I realize I'm blocking some stuff. There we go. Now I am just a little guy. Okay. So... yeah, because I don't want to lose... I don't want to lose Neurotoxin. Because neurotoxin and skin crawlers is a big way that this build kind of works. What does aspect of the spider do normally? Aspect of the spider. What does this do normally? Aspect that hinders and inflicts a stack of spider's web on nearby enemies every second, increasing the damage they take by 5% per stack, and inflicts hinder. I see. Okay. Does it say what the level max spider's web equal to? So they could have 4 webs on them. Okay. So, whoops, this one. Okay, so let's say for a second here, because I think the other problem is that if I were to run raised spiders in any kind of like killing a boss scenario, well, the good and bad thing about the spiders is that the spiders themselves will also apply poison and they'll apply poison and they will apply withered. But the thing about it is that in any kind of boss environment, they effectively aren't there unless I bring like a worm's molt. Which maybe that's okay. Maybe I do just bring a worm's molt. Decisions. So let's say for a sec here that that there are 20 of them out. 20 spiders is 164k. Yeah, because the only problem with spiders versus how they are on Arakali's Fang is that they can't get... There's no way to give them gems. Like support gems. We can't give them anything. So it's just base level 20 raised spiders. So I know that they use Viper Strike. Is there anything else that's like important about spiders? Raised spider. Up. Is Arakali's Fang... It's level 1. It's interesting. I guess I don't know. So, okay. That's another good point then. So this is only 2 allied for nearby corpse. Do I need to run? I need to run. Well, I guess actually I'd probably need, I'd need to run Desecrate anyway for Spirit Offering. Paired with Writhing Jar. Yeah. Yeah, so it only technically has... This is only data on level 1, right? Because it's always just level 1 spiders? Each spider grants 15% increased damage with poison. To everybody, or just to themselves? Viper Strike. Each raised spider grants... Oh, you increased attack speed and increased damage with poison. Enemies will not engage spiders directly. They are immune to damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, realistically, for mapping, it would be really strong. I guess I don't know. I don't know how good they actually are then, because of this is level 1 and we're getting a level 20, unless it's still the same stats or something. It might still be the same stats ultimately, and it's just for the purposes of Arakali's Fang, it's just listed as level 1, but that's like the only level that they have. Because okay, I think I specified level 20 here, right? Yeah, okay, I want to see what happens if I set this to... Can I modify this? Modify it in here. Level 19. So 164 right now. So no. Okay. So I do think that there is only one level for these things, and we might not know enough about what kind of damage these guys do as is. So maybe then I say that that's kind of spicy in general, and do include a Writhing Jar then. I think that sounds fine. Ultimately, I don't know, might as well try it as much of the stuff as possible and have some fun with it. So if we have this in the bow, Spirit Offering, Despair, this can go in like the helmet, and we'll go Desecrate here as well, just for the sake of having it as well for Spirit Offering. This can these will go into the body armor. What I don't remember, I mean, I guess for my own purposes, I was gonna say I don't know if I actually care enough to get Frenzy charges with Mana Forged arrows. I could just use Frenzy, right? Like I could just do Frenzy myself and just say screw it. Like, does it really matter that much? I don't know that it does. I don't really know that I do care enough is the thing. I mean, ultimately, Frenzy charges are still nice quality of life, right? I'll still get to move faster, attack faster. But the minions themselves need to actually generate their own charges. They don't just inherit my charges when I summon them. Okay. So that's fine though. So I have boots and gloves. Boots and gloves left, which means in my gloves. My gloves, ideally, I'd have an AG, but I guess the thing is that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'd be able to survive. I'd have to run like Vitality as well. I guess I can. I actually have quite a lot of mana still. Whoops, bitty. Vitality. So if I assume that this is 6-linked as well, or even 5-linked, then there we go. So yeah, I still have a lot of mana. So AG, we'll just go Ray Spectre. And then we will just go Minion Life. Minion Life and probably just Meat Shield, honestly. Oops, meat. Meat Shield. Oh, fresh meat. Shit, that's right. That's what I should have in here instead of Momentum. Yeah, God, I almost forgot about fresh meat support. Fresh meat support is crazy. Is fresh meat active? Yeah, it is. Bam! Damage. Okay, cool. And we'll also throw that up. Forgot about fresh meat. Okay, so I'm trying to decide if there are any other gems that are super critically important to me. I don't think there are any other gems that are super critically important. I mean, Malevolence is good. Malevolence is pretty good, but I don't know that it will matter that much. They'll be doing actually a lot of hit damage as well. It's not even going to be, according to this anyway, they're going to be doing a lot of hit damage. Won't even really matter that much for poison. But let's see if I were to... what's the other one? Oh, Blink Arrow. This would just be normal Blink Arrow. Specifically because this is Chaos Poison damage stuff. This would just be regular Blink Arrow. Right? Yeah, it'll just be regular Blink Arrow for this. Regular Blink Arrowage. And let me look. I want to say it would still be like fresh meat. Yeah, fresh meat for sure. I kind of would then care more about this one being a support side. So we do something like Culling Strike. We could probably still do just Chance to Poison though. I think that would still be fine. Or we do just like multiple projectiles, because we just do. We'll leave it a Chance to Poison for now. It's also possible the other thing that I could do is probably like remove one of the gems here. I'd probably just remove like a Vitality, I guess, or something. And then make this a second 6-link for Blink Arrow again, but I don't necessarily know that that is completely necessary. But that's okay. We will leave it at this for now. Okay. So 1.6, supposedly. I feel like that's pretty accurate though, or at least ideally it would be, because we do have a lot of that stuff. I guess the other thing is I haven't put in what specters I would have. I also have to hope that they would live. I'd have to hope that my specters live. Because I am running Ancient Skull right now. Now, it's possible I just don't run Ancient Skull, and I instead just run, like, a +2 minion level hat, or ideally run a +2 minion level hat with some other stuff. But for right now, I'm running this. Are there any other... so I know also realistically... the best thing for minions would be a minion cluster. Would be to, like, sacrifice some points somewhere and get a minion cluster jewel instead. But I kind of just... Since it's just an event, I kind of just want to skip out on that. Like, that's probably greedy, right? It's probably suboptimal. But I think I'm going to be a bit greedy and just skip out on it. I just kind of don't feel like making... I don't feel like running a bunch of Delirium, even with the idols or whatever it is that we get. Even with those, I kind of just don't want to run a bunch of Delirium for that. So maybe I just drop this. Drop that and just take like that. 93 tree, and we could fill... We could probably grab some random reservation stuff. Arch from your skills have increased effect. That's just on me, which doesn't matter that much. Yeah, none of those really matter. What about offense mastery? Their accuracy doesn't really matter that much. Could do increased AoE. Have a chance to ignore. I mean, oh, you know, something else. Speaking of being greedy, would Triad grips, if they were quad white, would those actually be worth it? I'm curious. Supposedly yes. Supposedly yes, quite worth. But I won't. I just won't imagine that we do manage to get one of these. Although I guess it's semi-easy to get one. So, what does it actually do? I don't know. Oh, I always forget how it actually breaks up. So, clone, Rain of Arrow, yeah. Yeah, it'll... I remember now, when I set it to 3, it's going to... Oh. Wait. Does it work in here? Why does that change? I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna leave it because the count is set to 20, and I think that works too. Cool. So, body armor, boots, clothes, rings, belt. I mean, the most important thing for the belt would just be Darkness Enthroned, of course. Darkness Enthroned, of course, would be cracked. Try to get like a 90% plus or something. Not that I can say I can guarantee it, but if you farm some Abyss, it's pretty reasonable to get a Darkness Enthroned. If you're willing to do Abyss, it's pretty reasonable that you'll get a Darkness Enthroned. I honestly feel like this is actually kind of doable as a starter. I mean, obviously the most important things would probably be Darkness Enthroned, but I mean, realistically, a lot of this stuff you just skip for a while until you manage to get your hands on it, and then you should be in a good spot. Ancient Skull, I still feel like, is kind of the thing I'm the most iffy about. Almost never that crazy on, really not that crazy on Ancient Skull, if I'm being real. It feels like a bait almost every time. I don't really want to look for Oh, what is the chance to poison right now? 90%. Okay. So if I got just one, let's go back over to Miro. So if I got just one, like, Abyssal Eye Jewel that had a chance to poison on it, I do believe that would be good. Ghastly, that's the one. Excuse me. We'd want additional chaos damage, of course. And suffix-wise, we would want bleeding. We'd want the attack cast speed, for sure. And I guess we'd want one of these to have poison. Poison hole. And this probably fizz. Fizz or just, like, life. Generic, just life. I mean, that would be a... This would actually be a hell of a jewel right there. But we'll fib a little bit. We'll fib a little bit and say we're able to get one. Or maybe you're just able to roll one or something, because you could just spam chaos for harvest or on harvest or something. Spam chaos modifiers until you get something like that. So we want life. We want chaos. We have to kill chaos, and then we still want the attack cast speed, of course. And damage if you used a minion skill recently. That's another good one. Do something like that, and then did I use a minion skill recently? I did. Yeah, it makes that assumption immediately. Okay. Oh, I forgot about Chaotic Might. I believe the only way to get Chaotic Might is through a jewel. Yeah, I believe Chaotic Might is only through a jewel right now, so that would not really matter, because I'm going to try to not do that. Let's see, so health-wise, a little over 3k health. You could certainly get more via rings. I think we can push 4k health pretty easily. And then we ideally would socket more Ghastly Eye Jewels like this into our 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Any other good? I was considering. But I think that changes so much, doesn't it? Oh man, what is that Timeless Jewel? We have to run Legion as well, which I don't know that that's really worth it for the sake of Driving Jar. You'd also have to come over here and take Hexmaster, or go over here and take Minion Instability. I guess that's 2 points. Oh, what does the rest of that jewel do, though? I have to remember. Is it Lethal Bride? Yeah. Minion Stability, Filter, Conqueror. Is it not Lethal Bride? Shit, who is it? Brutal Restraint? Answer that Second Sight. Not Dance with Death. Not Second Sight. I don't think it's the Traitor either. Let me just... Man, oh man. I don't remember anymore. Unfortunately, I interact with these like exactly one time, and after that I don't. It is this one. 4 charges per empty flash charge every 5 seconds. Okay. So we could reasonably do that. And then we only have, what, 3 nodes in here? 4 max life if we wanted to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I think this part is probably a bit unnecessary. I would say this is pretty unnecessary. Just using another Ghastly Eye Jewel will be enough. But maybe we say screw it, and maybe we say screw it anyway. Right? We say screw it, we throw it in there, just as like if you get it, cool. If you don't get it, whatever. It's not a big deal. So you do have to use at least 1 fewer flask, maybe 2 fewer. You have the hybrid, you maybe do like a Quicksilver and maybe a mana flask. I don't know if we'll need mana. I don't know. It's kind of expensive. Where is it? 73 to cast. does have a cooldown period. It could be kind of reasonable. It could be semi-reasonable. Item-wise... So there really isn't anything else. What the hell does... I remember Penance Mark being a thing, but I don't remember it being anything that matters. This was something from... Oh yeah, the Hateful Accuser, which was like a couple leagues ago. When was it added? 323? Yeah, a couple leagues ago. Seal enemy causing them to spawn multiple phantasms when hit. The phantasms will be allies of the marked enemy with the same monster level. The cast projectile spell deals physical damage, immune to curses, knockback. Oh, that's right. You can use these as kind of a way. That actually makes sense because you have the spiders here, and then if you want to, you could use Penance mark enemies so that when you hit them, you create phantasms, which you then can use to generate. You then can use those to generate spiders. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't think it's necessary. I honestly think that Worm's Molt will do fine. Maybe what you do is drop. Oh, interesting, actually. They grant blast charges and ball souls when slain, but do not drop items or leave corpses. That is interesting, actually. So you would have to use... You'd have to use Desecrate. You'd have to Desecrate nearby them, and then kill them. Yeah, you have to Desecrate. You have to Desecrate near them, then kill them, and then you'll get spiders from it. Yeah, I guess that's a bit more awkward then. That's like a that's a two-step process. You'd have to have your guys out, throw the mark on, and then very quickly afterwards throw Desecrate out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's potential there, but I don't think that's really worth it. We'll say no. I don't think it really matters. We'll just do Writhing Jar for the sake of doing that. But I guess realistically, since we are a minion build, I do believe that the jar itself should be like, we don't actually care about flasks that much for the sake of the trader. I think we don't care about flasks all that much, so it should be pretty reasonable. All right. Well, with that, then, I mean, I could quickly make items. Realistically, all that I would do, though, is... My stats right now? You do need more dexterity, right? So... also, ignore this marble amulet. I made this really quick. It doesn't actually do anything or mean anything. I was just testing when I was making this. And then I discovered, oh, I can just do a custom modifier, and that's where I can put in all of this stuff. So I didn't actually put anything meaningful in here, but I guess I could really quick. It doesn't matter, right? So we can just go like life. I mean, all skill gems would be nice, but we'll just go. We'll keep it a little bit generous. Just to attack. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Maybe we just. We'll just say we unfortunately hit mana. Damn, shucks. All right, and then over here we'll say we hit like all res, which is nice. Multi. Yeah, maybe we got some all attributes because I actually do kind of need attributes, and then yeah, maybe just dex again. Sure. How much does this give? 22 to all. I guess 30 to that. You know what? Sure. More. Actually, no. We'll go. We'll go resist. We'll go fire. Sure. Cool. All right. That's all. Just fibbing some stuff. We out here fibbing. And then we do want just to get a body armor evasion. Because yeah, we just go full evasion. We don't care about that. 293 is a bit high, so I think we do keep it with probably Zodiac Leather. If you're able to get more dexterity, then you use a higher base. If you're not, you probably use Zodiac Leather or Assassins. I don't believe that any particular... I don't believe any particular... influence is really better than anything else, so we'll Searing Exarch, Eater of Worlds it. What does Searing Exarch do again? Multi for attacks. Increase effect of non-curse auras, that's good. Oh, effective offerings, that's also good. Depends your endurance. I mean, the endurance charge every second, so every now and again would be nice as well, especially if you got more. If you had a way to get that lower. Max resist, that's all good. We'll just say increased effect of non-curse auras. Add and Eater. Melee hits doesn't matter. Ollie res. It's like per, I was gonna say, it's per like 200, so it'd be 1% less damage. I don't think that really matters. In that case, we will just take... Not like I have high biz damage stuff, so... Where was it? I zoned out. I zoned out a little bit. I'll be real. We'll just do like plus evasion. Right? What was I think? Whatever. Screw it. Whatever. Add it to the build. Okay. And then I think rings and boots and shit. We don't really. There's nothing really crazy there either. Like again, we just do evasion stuff. So maybe I'll be lazy. I'll be a bit lazy with this because I want to move on to other builds. Does that affect them? I actually don't know. Oh, bone ring. Yeah, bone ring for sure. Do need bone rings. I did forget that bone rings exist. So yeah, bone rings are another good source of power for us. Attack pass speed from minions, of course. Okay. Stay a while and listen. Alright, let's go life. And yeah, we'll just do sure evasion. And I'll say all resist, sure, and you know what? Sure, minions get more life. Yeah, something like that. Do that, and we'll say we have 2 of them. Cool. Cool. So resistances are still a bit off. Whatever. I'm just realistically fill resistances from Ghastly Eye Jewels if you have to. Fill it elsewhere from your items. Honestly, but I'm not. And then it would be on the boots too. You'd actually have some resist and everything. So, yeah, good enough. Good enough. All right. I'm half baking it, but that's okay because I don't want to go. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Also, wait, corruption. No, I guess not. I guess not. And also, I mean, obviously, until you're able to get your hands on a pair of all-white triad grips, you would probably just stick. You'd probably just stick to something else. The other option, another variant for this build, and I'll have to remember to call that out because I'll make a video for this at some point. The other variation would be to if you got a Voltaxic Rift. Right, where's a Voltaic? I always forget. It's a Voltaxic. Okay. If you got a Voltaxic Rift, you could then instead do nothing but scale your lightning damage. Just scale the shit out of your lightning damage. And then replace the Triad Grips. Instead of them being quad white, it would be quad blue. And then you'll just be doing a shitload of chaos damage that way. And then you'd scale things a bit differently. Like you probably actually would use like Wrath or something. You'd throw Wrath in instead of something over here and whatever else, and just kind of go from there. So I think that would be probably the like huge version, but it's an event. It's an event, so I'm not going to hedge that we find that kind of thing. As much as I have more ideas here, but I want to look at some other things. So. Daughter of Oshabi. Daughter of Oshabi. This one is pretty interesting. Because I've always really liked wand attack stuff, and I actually really like spellslinger stuff as well. Unfortunately, some of the stuff's a little bit off. I do like Innate Blessing over here. We actually had this on a not blocking it. But we kind of had this. You get a shrine buff every 10 seconds. We had this a little bit with Sentinel League, or not Sentinel, Settlers League. You had to get a specific runecraft, but you runecrafted that onto a weapon, and that was something. I do want to look. Did they say anything about Sentences also receive official name from the Great Emperor? Inspiration he gave us. Okay. So the only thing I don't know for sure. Yeah, the only thing I really don't know is if this is going to take place in Settlers. I have a feeling that this is going to be base game and this won't be Settlers League, but I don't know for sure if that's the case. I think it is base game. I think this is base game, but if we are able to get runecrafts as well, that would also that'd be another whole dealio. But my initial assumption is that we will be in base game. That is what I am initially thinking. So we have a few options to go with here, of course, as we should. We could either do pure attack, like Sacred Wisp 1 stuff. We could do... actually, I mean, just like random... all damage inflicts poison while you have Grasping Vines, and just do some pure Grasping Vine poisony stuff. I think the problem is that it's kind of... One Grasping Vine on hit. The problem is that we kind of have to have something that it hits fast enough that it could... Like, that you could get 5 of them onto a target pretty quick so that you could stack poisons. And I don't really know what you would do for that. I mean, you could probably do something like... yeah, I guess there's any number of things, but I think the other issue with Roots of the Grove is that it does get broken by moving. So it's not even that you need to just inflict 5, it's that you need to consistently have at least 5 on them. So it's like, I would love to do like some kind of like big elemental poison thing. Do like maybe a Eye of Winter poison deal or something. But the problem is I don't know how fast they're able to break out of their vines, or if that will hit fast enough to really be able to consistently keep them locked in their vines. I don't know. So I think for now I'm going to scratch the idea for Roots of the Grove. Maybe if something really clicks, I will. I mean, there is those boots as well, which I imagine would stack. You'd have to kill Eater of Worlds. That's who drops them. Eater of Worlds, and realistically, he does drop this ridiculously often. Like, you're pretty fucking frequently guaranteed to see this thing. So, let's look at this really quick. So, life, move speed, 3 grasping vines when you take a critical strike. Nearby stationary enemies gain a grasping vine every half second. All damage inflicts poison against enemies affected by at least 3. You know, I don't know. Because then just like, you just run this, and then that would just... all damage. Yeah, it's still the same thing. It's all damage. It just applies to... It applies at 3 instead of 5. I mean, the 1 Grasping Vine on hit is certainly, like, a more important thing as well. But also, where's the... There's a node for that, too. Where is that? Over here. Where's the Grasping Vine thing? Ah, here we are. Inflict a Grasping Vine on hit against enemies with fewer than 8 Grasping Vines during effect of any life flask. Ooh, okay, so it's a bit more conditional. It's a bit more conditional than I thought. Okay, so I guess you wouldn't really care. I mean, basically you'd have to do this. If you did this, you have to do it as a Pathfinder, basically. But otherwise, one here. I mean, you could still stack these, because then you should start afflicting poisons at 3 Grasping, and then you would just have a hit that does every time. I don't know. Okay, regardless, we're gonna shelf the Roots of the Grove. Okay, so for my own brain, our ideas then go to either pure attack stack, pure wand attack based things where we go over to like forest tracking and stack evasion, along with the illuminating wisps, of course, and we do wand stuff, or we do some spell slinging setup stuff here. We do some spell slinging with the illuminating wisps, and probably take innate blessing as well. Both of the magi, maybe, but I feel like we're gonna need. I feel like if we go spell slinging, we're gonna need as much gems as we possibly can. So then we probably would go innate blessing. Also, the attack damage doesn't really matter at that point, so we would just go with that. So actually, 1, 2, yeah, that would be 4. Okay. So that would work. Okay. So that is Ronger. So sure, let's start looking at that. I don't know what spells I'd want to spell sling though. I guess is my only hesitation. But we will throw one together anyway. Accumulator would be cool, but no. Oh god, what is it? Imbued? Is that the one? Is that the one with the fastest attack per second? I think it is. I believe that's the one. Yeah, it's that. Okay, imbued one. Because we still do want just like, because we need to still be attacking for the sake of that. So we need the wand, and then we need we'll go like kinetic. We'll go kinetic blast. Kinetic blast and it's wisps. Sacred Wispy Boys. Alright, and then we kind of just want spell damage, right? Kind of most of what we care about. What spells do we do? What kind of spell nonsense do we be slinging, though? That is the question. Am I right? We could do any number of things. I think the most common one when it comes to spell slinging is like Desecrate and Volatile Dead and that kind of stuff. But I kind of don't want to do that. I don't really want to do that. Which in that case, what do I want to do? I don't know. Let's look at... You know what? Let's literally just add this to the build for now. Oh, also, is that a custom mod that I can actually add? I gotta pull this off the side for a sec. Modifier custom. +2. Maximum number of sacred wisps that go to. I think it said it somewhere, didn't it? Oh yeah, 2 sacred wisps in that. +2. And then let me also add in the skills supported by spell slinger have % increased cooldown recovery rate. And we will also add the skills supported by spell slinger have % reduced mana reservation. Yeah. Alright. You have 4 sacred wisps now. Cool. Love to see. We love that for us. Now we do want spell slinger. Oops. Give me that. And I'll test to see if it worked by like breaking it and then doing that. So now the real question is, what spell? There are so many in this damn game. So many spells, so little time. And we probably could realistically do multiple spells too if we really wanted to. Oh, I actually wonder, what if we did something with what if we did do something with ball lightning? What if we did ball lightning with like lightning conduit or something, right? That could be interesting. We have ball lightning to actually trigger off of that, and then we have a spell slinger for a other guy to blast him. So I forget how this works as well. Support. Yeah, okay. So we can do multiple things. We do spell slinger in with the kinetic blast, and we do a spell slinger here with the here with that. Okay. I mean, the other option would be like a Bladefall Blade Blast type deal. That could also work. Good old Blazing Salvo. That's another really good spell. Put a bunch of cold snapping out. That actually could work too. I just think of the fucking spinning cat. Which I do believe is the point of this. We have to do Cold Snap of Power. Could be interesting, right? Spell Slinger, Cold Snap of Power. We have to generate power charges. I mean, it generates charges for us on crit, but... Oh, what about a Crackling Lance? What about a Crackling Lance, What about a Crackling Lance into a lightning thing from there, right? Let me double check this too. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, wait, no, I can't. I can just change this to like 40 and just see if the number changes. 87%. Oh, it does actually. Yeah, I can see that. Now if I do that. Yeah, 83. Okay. Cool. So that does work. Yippee! We love when things work. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So... Proj speed, proj damage. We actually do kind of care about speed and stuff, so we want to do that. Charisma, of course. We want to go up through here, because at the end of the day... kind of some of the best stuff to scale is like generic crit stuff. We want all this stuff too. Could do that. Nah, we'll do... Oh, Unnerve, actually. Yeah, there's actually a couple good good wand nodes. We'll take Unnerve. Actually, wait, we don't have to take... No, we don't have to take Unnerve. Yeah, we actually don't need to take this because we can get this on gloves. Does it even work? It actually... It's weird that it doesn't work in here. They have a trigger for Unnerve. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So actually, yeah, we actually don't need that. Power charge. Which actually... That's making me reconsider the... That's making me reconsider the Cold Snap power thing. But, no, because I guess the problem with Cold Snap is that you kind of really need... For Cold Snap, you do kind of really need, spell... I'm forgetting the name of it. You need the one that lets you summon... That lets you put spells, that, like, summon spells behind and all that kind of stuff. So I guess I don't necessarily want to do that. I could take multi-shot. I'm trying to think because there's... So we go here, here, here. Take that, I guess. I mean, we could take the power charge thing there, right? Like, we take power charges. Right, like how... Am I crazy if I want to do that? Like, do attack stuff for... Am I crazy for wanting to do power charge stuff too? How much life is that? 104. I'll take that as well. I see. Okay. That's Sacred Wispies. So we have Crackling Lance on Spellslinger. Over here, I still want to go Spellslinger. And then what spell do I want? What spell do I want? That is the question. Alright, I could put Lightning Conduit here. Did I spell that wrong? No, I didn't. We're good. Lightning Conduit. So we want to do all this. Kinetic Blast. And then I want to scale Lightning Conduit. We're at 141. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Lightning damage, lightning penetration, all that good stuff, right? 3 for 5. I do need... Just got lightning damage for now. I am going to need accuracy as well. Accuracy is shit. So precision. What does that set me to? 87. That's not bad. 76. I actually probably should take like one of the accuracy nodes as well. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think these give like accuracy or something too. They sure do. Okay. What other wand nodes are here though? Wand physical damage as extra lightning, huh? I think I would only care about that if I was actually doing the full attack variant, which I am not. Damage while wielding a wand and attack speed with wands actually would be good. That is relevant. That do be relevant. Oh no, that's just an extra point. And then... I mean, I guess realistically, if I took that, I actually wouldn't need to take the Leech Master here, right? Do. Spell damage also apply to attacks. I don't really care about that. Yeah, I think the main question would be if I want wand attacks fire an additional projectile. Because if I do, then I could also take multi-shot, which is pretty damn good. That leaves me at level 90. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty good where it is, right? And then we do say we use power charges. Explosion. Yeah, and then lightning conduit. It's gonna be kind of low because it doesn't know what the effect of the shock is. Which, to be fair, I don't know either. But crackling lance, and this would go into like my body armor, so that'd be the full 6-link setup. Crackling lance, though. I want you to deal damage. Lightning pen. Elemental focus? No, I sure don't want that. Yeah, I guess so. You can do that. So precision. Man, the problem with these builds is always just deciding like how much mana they take. Field Tree be good, Wrath is good. Crit multi there. That's fine, that's fine. So none of those matter. We have the good wand nodes for now. Next speed accuracy, that's fine now. Her chance is at 50. What's on that, though? Yeah, Assassin's Mark is pretty much certainly what I'm going to be going for there. Assassin's Mark, along with Mark on hit. Oh, it's so slow, please. Cool. It's another way to get power charges, so we have a good amount of power charge going. To be fair, this wand has literally nothing on it right now. Yeah, I think we're just going lightning damage. I think we just lean into the lightning damage part. Adds number to lightning damage. No, I want lightning damage to spells. Sure, we'll grab like lightning spell gems. We'll assume we get a little bit lucky here. We want some. I think we want attack speed. We still want to. Oops, not lightning damage. We want attack speed. Or not cast speed. Damn it, attack speed. So we'll say we get a pretty good wand going or something. I think these tend to be really, really expensive is kind of my only, like, hesitation on this. What's my crit chance with Kinetic Blast? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because it's just a matter of the actual ability hitting. Yeah, I care less about the actual damage it's doing and more about the actual spell hitting. But I guess we'll do... Go crit, and then maybe we just leave that there. Sure. Okay. I always forget. I've only done a handful of Spellslinger builds, so this is tricky for me to think about. As much as I love Spellslinger, it's very tricky because they made it tough, I will say, because you need to have just a damn good setup, or it needs to be like a damn good set of spells, I should say. So I am actually curious. If I throw this here, throw that there, well, let's also let's quality up all those for the hell of it. Okay, and then I wanted to see what is the POB in its infinite wisdom going to say. It's probably going to say that stupid belt. Found Fate, I think that's what it's one of the things it's going to say. That I sure don't care about. Oh man. Oh, it's really chugging. Might also I might end up calling this build pretty quick, because I think I'm gonna have to do some serious thonkles with this. I thought I was gonna be able to just go back and forth in between like doing a map and like Path of Exile or something and then coming back out, but I thought I was gonna have time to do that, but as it turns out, I don't know that I will, just because I actually have ideas and it's taking me a while to actually get everything rocking and rolling. So let's see. We'll see what it says here. Could run something like the Gull as well, if I found a Gull. That could be pretty funny. Oh, Doriani's, yeah, it's gonna say that because I currently have no lightning res. I mean, that actually would be a pretty viable way to run this build. But the problem would be getting... Yeah. The hard part would be actually getting a Doriani's prototype. Grace of the Goddess. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to say some of these as well. You know, actually, with this Ascendancy, Grace of the Goddess, like attack scaling, like if you were able to actually get to a point where you could farm... Is it Uber Maven, I think, that drops those? If you were able to get to a point where you could farm Uber Maven for Grace of the Goddess, I do actually think it would be really good and pretty fun. I do think that would be pretty fun. Let's, we'll throw on a Malachi's Loop, though, for sure. Alright, I'm not going to let it go through that again. Malachi's Loop, though, does make at least an amount of sense, and we will also set can't be shocked well, at max effect. What if I said, like, they're at, like, 30%? 43. Yeah, it's really weird scaling for all this stuff too, because you need to scale the attack. Well, you need to scale your accuracy, really. And then grabbing crit and some other things, so... This might be a faster one. I think I have to do some more thonkles on how exactly this all would go together. Could reasonably do something with, like, Pain Attunement as well. Try to go that route. Could do, like, a Spell Slinger setup that's, like, on... Let's see, so we throw this in, like, the helmet. Throw this in, like, the weapon. I can go in, like, weapon 2. So I would leave Gloves Boots open. And say we take another, like, 2 or 3 spells. Like, say, how much reservation would Petrified take? Man, it does not like this build. It is chugging to put stuff in for this build. Yeah, I guess actually between the Kinetic Blast and the 4 Kinetic Blasts coming out, it's actually... It says it's actually doing pretty good damage for just like a pure Wander setup. So I don't know. Maybe just doing this as like a pure Wander and just doing like the other kinetic spell could be a lot of fun. Or getting Ellie Hit of the Spectrum and doing Ellie Hit of the Spectrum with these 4 Wisp guys would probably be pretty damn spicy. Also, that reminds me, there was something I was thinking about with one of these I was thinking about with Elemental Hit of the Spectrum, and I forgot which one that was. Oh, Gambler. Yeah. You know what? Let's look at that. Let's take a pivot from this. So we'll go Spell Slinger. So we'll save that. Let's take a look at Gambler really quick. Let's do some gambling. All right. We bit of gambling. So here he is. Okay. Gambler is a... This one's a weird one. This one I do know is kind of going to be a bit tricky to actually make viable. But let's... Because there's a number of ways that you could go about it. And the way that I was considering in my head was either doing some kind of spell, which could be a lot of fun, doing some kind of just spell variant, or doing something like a bow Elemental Hit of the Spectrum. Because something that's really cool here is having the reversed odds. Having reversed odds and then like risky exploit is actually pretty good, but also like growing accumulator could potentially be good. I don't think spectacular parlay is particularly great. And then you could do unlucky while you're in low life. Yeah, that's why I was also kind of considering like doing something with spell, because you have overly confident here, so you could just go low life spell stuff and then you get double benefit essentially. You have to come all the way over to Pain Attunement, but you could certainly do that, and then all of their damage is unlucky against you. And then, but I think I basically, the way that I'm thinking about this is Elemental Hit of the Spectrum, risky exploit, reversed odds, growing accumulator, risk aversion. I think is what I'm envisioning in my brain. Right, like I think that is probably a good play there. Because yeah, otherwise it would just be spell stuff, and you would go probably spell stuff would probably be like overly confident, probably still reasonably risky exploit, reversed odds. And then maybe growing accumulator. Critical chance is lucky, damage with hits is unlucky. Yeah, because I don't like spectacular parlay in the sense of... Well, I guess if you were to do spectacular parlay, you would need to do it with something that just has a very high hit damage thing anyway. And I think maybe something like a chaos skill chaos spell, I should say, would be good, like a Forbidden Rite. Maybe a maybe even like an Eye of Winter or Firestorm of the Meteor, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Something that needs, it would need to have just a really high hit wheel, so that no matter what the hit is when you crit, it just still deals a shitload of damage. So I don't know. Anything lightning though, I think is like out of the picture, because lightning ranges from 2 damage to 7,000 damage. So having that be unlucky is probably not play. But I like the elemental hit thing. I don't know about growing accumulator. Really is like the only thing that I would say I'm a little bit iffy on, but I think it's better than, I mean, it's better, certainly better than overly confident. The only way it's not better is if you do a really weird stretch where you get, was it Crown of Ice? That makes let me throw in just like a generic bow really quick. Bow. Just say we put in a spine bow. You know what, we aren't even going to do anything with it. There it is. Hit of the spectrum. And then where is the charge attack damage? Oh, so no, that's right, because it's just when it's just a percentage like that, it does not. When it's just a percentage like this, it does not work towards that, even with Crown of Ice. Okay, so that is what I could not recall. Okay. Okay, so I do think that that is still what I would do there. Oh man, I feel myself getting lazy. I feel the laziness creeping up on me. You know what? In that case, let's indeed run. Let's run a map. Try to map. Quick breather. Quick breather between all of the quick breather between all of the thonking and staring at POB. But I kind of wish I still had that elemental hit character. I don't know if I saved him. I know he doesn't have his enlightened. Do I even need it? No, I don't think I need it on this character. Also, I can turn off. Oh, music's already off. Cool. Alright. Random map. What fragments do I have? I don't have any of these, so just go running in Slaver, I guess. The Coves map. Yo, Coves is cozy. Poison. This is extra chaos. Can suck my butt. Temp chains. I mean, I can run all of these. It's just a matter of, you know, trying to have fun over here. Trying to have a good time, damn it. I will say the itemization on the of the skill tree instead of having the skill tree looks very interesting as well, though. I'm very excited to see. Very excited to play the event. Oh, there's the boss. Found him. Did you give him the suck yet? I hate how long this animation takes. You have to watch for so long. Let's just do it. I have you already? Is he red? No, this isn't red. Yeah, I have this guy already. Oh, this is Enslaver, that's right. I forgot. He got stunned out of it. Dude, this build was crazy good. And he's gone. This build was crazy strong. I had a lot of fun making this character. Especially for, like, it just being essentially a generic meme, almost. He's still not super optimal, too, because his, the Trinity proc... The Trinity proc is a little bit iffy. I remember that much. I can't remember what damage type was higher than everything that's causing that, but I am not going to solve it now. I didn't solve it then, I'm not going to solve it now. Yeah. 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 Whoop. Oh, speaking of Abyss. Your ass over here. Chromes. Oh, I'll get it. Moshi Moshi. Kind of depth. Sure is. Alright, I guess. Whatever. I'm not gonna be mad about it. I won't be mad about it. Means the break we're taking from POB is a little bit longer while I do this. Boop boop boop. I've been playing, my buddy roped me into it. I've been playing the, well, roped me in is a very, very loose term. I saw he was playing and he was like, hey, you think about making a character? And I went, I guess. But roped me into playing the D4 season. And, within like 3 days I was done. Not a very long distraction. Kind of worked, I guess. But... man, it just never scratches that itch. It never scratches my ARPG itch quite like Path does. Oh, pop. There it goes. Oh, I'm so slow. Okay. Oh god. I think I can tank that, but... I think I can, but not going to. Law ban. Ooh. After that, I'm quite sure I can tank that. And there it goes. See, look at that. It's that reasonable to get a, Ghastly. It's that reasonable to get a, Darkness Enthroned. Put a roll. 59. Bro, I think I saw a bunch of these this league, and they always rolled. I don't know that I ever saw one that I naturally rolled that was higher than, like, this. Maybe, like, a 65. I'd never rolled well on my Darkness Throne. The one I bought is 98. But I had to buy it. I have seen... I don't know that I've ever naturally myself seen a, like, 90% Darkness Throne. Maybe once? But that is a rarity, to be sure, in my household. Alright, there's Legion here. We'll do this, and then we'll be done. That is kind of the one thing about this build, though. Not terrific for Legion. Doesn't really have the best clear for it, but it's fine. I think I have a crap load of Legion stuff, realistically, if I wanted to. I also would still love to make, to potentially make a build around, time, duration, make a build around retaliation skills. Because I just have a retaliation skill in this build, and they are really fun. Or I should specifically say, the giant fist is extremely fun to me. Bonk. Nice. Alright, cool. What does this roll again? It usually rolls 1, so actually hitting a 2 is pretty impressive. What's the roll on it? Pretty good move speed roll. An okay roll there. And base roll on the preservation efficiency. Bit all over. Man, I will say, after playing Path of Exile 2 so much, I'm so used to wanting to identify a vast majority of items that I see that when I do identify them and they're crap, I'm like, what is this? Oh, right. Items in this game are, like, for the most part, bad. We're filtering out generic okay items. Okay. That, though, do I want to look at Gambler right now? I don't know that I want to look at Gambler right now. Let's look at the other one, because there was a new one out today. Because Gambler, I do think... I'm going to save this. I'll go Ellie, hit of Spectrum. Gambler. I do think looking at Elemental Hit for Gambler could be interesting. I think that could be an interesting route to go with it. But I want to look at Surfcaster. Actually, before I do, I've been yapping way too much, because of course I am. So I need some water. I also kind of go to pee. Also want to stand. It's time to become man standing emoji. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get some water. That. Do that. Give me a break. Oh, yeah. Alright. Also, that can go. Also, I kind of want to. I'm kind of feeling like switching music. We're gonna go kind of something a total opposite end of this. Like this maybe. Yeah. I don't know why. I was feeling some classical music all of a sudden. I was suddenly hit by an urge to listen to some classical music, so here we are. Here we are. Maybe it's because I feel more sophisticated while I think. Just kidding. So, Surfcaster. Let's take a look at some Surfcaster action. So, the part of it, to me, that is, of course, the spiciest is, Tempest, Stormy Seas, Glacial Wave. But chilled fire hits lessen their damage, half of the chill effect. Full damage can shock. So I think the problem I can think of with this is that I believe since it converts all of it, I think we actually aren't. I don't know if we're chilling them anymore. Because I believe that all flat becomes added. I believe all flat added would then no longer chill. Right? I might be wrong on that. I might be wrong with that statement. Which then leaves me to go about 3 dragons. Can ignite. It would change to lightning. Lightning damage can freeze, but not shock. I wonder if it overwrites it. I wonder which one takes precedence. Your cold damage can shock, but not shock. I actually don't know how they work in that case. I don't remember the order of operation. I don't know the order of operations there. Oh, also Sea Legs seems good too, but I think actually no, Sea Legs is over here, so that works. I do like the idea of using a fishing rod for actual stuff. Oh, actually no, I forgot. Ghost of the Deep is really, really good. Touched by a tormented illegal fisherman, granting increased damage, increased attack speed, increased cast speed, increased movement speed. This thing is just insane, right? Like, there's no downside to this. You are literally just, you have permanent increased huge buffs to start. Like, it just seems really fucking good. So yeah, Stormy Seas itself is very interesting. So maybe what we do. So maybe we go Stormy Seas. And then we go Ghost of the Deep. And then we go Sea Legs. And maybe to finish we go Within the Tempest. Just for spreading shock in general. I wonder if these like small nodes are going to be like increasing effect of shock or something. Or oh, actually, now that I think about it, there is just, isn't there just as a modifier chance to chill? Isn't that literally a mod? Can't that happen on like Jewels? Jewel. La 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 la. Not there. Over here. Reduced effective chill. I can swear there's a modifier for chance to chill. Chance to chill. Chill. Chance to avoid. What about items? Against chill to frozen. Wait. Does it say? Now that I'm double thinking about it. Brother, I'm dumb. I'm going the other way with it. Oh, God. I'm not reading. Not reading. Okay. So, never mind everything that I fucking said. Lightning damage converted to cold. Cold damage can shock. It still chills and freezes. It just also shocks now as well. Ah! Okay. Okay. Anyway. So with that then, In that case, so we want a lightning spell. I would like to go spell. Also, this Surfcaster. Which one are you again? Also Shadow. God, Shadow has such cool... Shadow's initial 2 that they get at the very least. I mean, we'll see whatever their third is later, but the first 2 they get are so fucking cool to me. I like both of these, because I always love things that have to do with damage conversions, honestly. I love damage conversion stuff. Damage conversion stuff is so much fun. That's why I'm bummed out right now that there's like almost no way to convert damage in Path of Exile 2. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love taking shit that should be doing one type of damage and changing it to do a different kind of damage, because it's just fun. Oh, I wonder if Archmage with this is good. Archmage, we are then converting all of the lightning damage that is happening to cold. So if we stack a lot of mana, that should be pretty good. Well, lightning and spell. Blast Mine. Medic Field, nope. Good old Absolution. Arc of Surging, good old Ball Lightning. I was thinking about doing a Cracking Lance thing, actually. That'd be interesting doing. This would be a channeling Crackling Lance. That could be pretty funny. Divine Ire, Retribution, Lightning Conduit, Handies. Trap, Lightning Warp, Mana Bond. Orb of Storms, Penance Brand. Penance Brand would actually be kind of interesting as well, right? Penance Brand would probably be really good. You just converts this all to cold. You used to do a bunch of cold damage stuff. Spark, of course, would also be very good. Spark's a very spicy one. Stormbind, Storm Brand, Storm Burst. Storm Call. Archmage, yep. Prismatic Burst, yep. Oh, Tornado. Yeah, Tornado would also be really good. Nah, though. Anywhere, Vol Stuff, Voltaxic Burst, Nope. Energy Blade, good old Energy Blade. Good old EB. I love me some Energy Blade stuff too, but not whereabout. Okay. So I feel like the actual like proper damage or like proper spells to do stuff with would probably be Arc. Like Arc or Arc Spark or maybe a Lightning Conduit thing. That or maybe honestly the it's possible as well that well, I mean they miss out on some stuff. So I was gonna say the Ice Nova Frostbolts thing, because they use Archmage, might also super benefit from this, but they lose out on some stuff because of how that'll work. So that I'm not sure. I'm less sure about that. Tornado's probably good. Oh, some lightning tendies. Oh my god. I want to do some kind of channeling skill, I think. Again, I know that that's almost certainly a bait and actually not going to be good, but maybe. Arc though, maybe ball lightning. Maybe if you did like a cast on crit or like a if you got like a Mjolnir setup going on with ball lightning of orbiting and some other things, you probably could do some stuff. I do want to do something with lightning though, so let's take a look. I do want to do something with lightning channeling. I think no Divine Ire. I mean, I also don't have to do it like that. I could reasonably just do Cracking Lance and Disintegration. That is pretty good. Pretty good, does a lot of damage. I also don't have to worry about intensity or anything like that. Yeah, maybe I just do that. This is just a big blast, and I don't have to think about it. I could still run Lightning Conduit too, honestly. I could still do it. Let's just try Cracking Lance Disintegration. Let's just say we're going pure that. That or maybe we do just do tendies. How much damage does tendies do? Lightning tendrils. Oh, dude. Here to 6 lightning damage. Insane. Why does that not have the proper... Oh, because it's showing it for level 1. I was like, bro, what do you mean? Forget exactly all this stuff. Oh, I think this one's just more about the stronger pulses. This one just gives you more... Yeah, this one gives you more range. This one makes the stronger pulses better. Yeah, this one makes the stronger pulses even better, and this one's just generic. So... Interesting. Now we'll just do, Cracking Lens. Has several smaller beams pressure on it. Oh, that's right. This one's more for like clear. We'll just try disintegration for now. For disintegration, we'll go Archmage, and then this is also Shadow. Okay. I can actually add it over here. 100% of lightning damage converted to cold. I don't think this matters. Yeah, I was gonna say it does show up there, but I don't think it cares that much really. Arc Lance, Disintegration, Archmage, up. What does this even do? Oh, more max effect to shock. That's pretty good. So we're Shadow side again. On the side of the Shadow. So we do want mana stuff. And that is mana. We do want mana, and I actually wonder if going like over here. That, take this, and regen. Do that. Do that. That. I think the usual route is something like this. And then you come up here and do that as well. 70, take that. Go there. Pick these 5 for sure. Those are really good mana nodes. Take that, take that. I guess would I probably take power charge stuff too, I guess? I could. If I could, I would. I don't know that I can. That's a bit much on the point value there. So 95 there. Which mana did I get? 285%. I might be able to cut some of that too. 115 still on life. That is quite good. 115 on life and 285 on mana is probably high. Bot. That is okay. Yes, Cold Pen. Oh, Spell Echo. Yeah, we want Spell Echo. Arcane Surge, yes. 3, 4, 5, and... Inspiration would probably be good. So I wonder if we... I do wonder if we want... And Cloak? I wonder if we just do the usual setup as well, where we don't use auras, really. That could very well be a thing. I also don't know if it's worth using... It's worth more using a staff or a... Yeah. Staff or a wand and some other things. I think it would depend on what I get. It would depend on what I'm able to find. For the sake of tankiness, it's always almost certainly going to be wand and shields. That's mana regen, right? Does this give... No, it's all mana regen. I don't know if that's really necessary. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, what's the other one? Oh, Sigil of Power. And we'll throw all that on. Sigil of Power. Oh, and I think that's up here. We can say like all three stages, sure. Sigil of Power. Man, what is the other buff? What is Sigil of Power listed as? AoE duration spell. Okay. Oh, okay. Man, I'm trying to remember. I think there is at least one other big buff. Oh, usually just like Frost Shield. Yeah. Cool. Something like that. And then do I self-cast a Frostbite? I guess I recently could. Yeah, that or Assassin's Mark. I think a Frostbite is probably fine. Yeah, RF. RF, I think, stretches us really thin. If we go RF, then we have to really commit to... We probably ideally would anoint Heart of Ice. But if we went RF, we would have to really commit into life regen. Also, the regenerate mana might be very necessary. Chance to recover 10% of mana might also be good. Like, actually, that's 30. Oh, that is mana regen, right? I think 98 is way too high. We're going to go just like that. We'll leave it 96. Nice round. 96. It's also possible I should just not take these evasion ES nodes and just go up here for these 2 int nodes instead. That's probably a bit better. But let's throw together just a wand. Profane, yeah. Want a profane wand. We would want it to have a bunch of mana. Ideally, we'll go like tier 2. Go tier 2 mana. Maybe we even get lucky and we get a spell damage and a mana, and then we get some spell damage on top of that spell damage. Or lightning spells. Now we'll go. Go spell damage. And then we would like some cast speed. This would definitely be a hell of a good one. But we're just gonna we'll just make the assumption anyway. So actually, I think there's more. What do they? Oh, they give exactly the same because it's 100% of the damage. So that's fair. That is fair. And then sure, we'll just go mana regen. Whatever. We'll keep it a bit humble. Let's throw Crackle Lance there. What else it says is like turbo good for me outside of that. Oh, Frostbomb, of course, that makes sense. Frostbomb, Hydrosphere. Well, I guess what we could do is make some gloves really quick. Gloves. Let's go evasion. Go pure evasion gloves. Which dex do I have? Oh, kind of low. Slinks. Sure, we'll go slink gloves. We want Searing, Eater, Life, plus Evasion. Plus, oh, mana? Mana roll on gloves? No. Oh, maybe that's actually why. I would actually want... is that a roll that can happen on Energy Shield gloves? It is. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we would certainly want that. Yes, mana. Yeah, speed. And then just fucking resistances. Yeah, something like that. Whatever. Influence. Searing and Eater. Searing Exarch, we want... Where is it? Nerf. And Eater, we want the Cold Exposure. Apply. Yippee! And now with that, we can go into configuration, exposed cold. Yep. Unnerved. Yep. Nice. Nice. I don't really know, like I can never confirm like how obviously what our shock is going to be. I mean, we have 20% inquiries max, so I mean I could reasonably be like, we have 50% shock, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. I can say like 20. Edge on like 20 shock at least. Can surge. Yeah, I think that's all fine. Okay, maybe I'll be a bit lazy with the rest of it right now. I'm trying to think what other things are like, what other relevant buffs are here? Oh, right, this. Let me throw this up on the side. Let me add these into the configuration. I don't know if the tormented fisherman is like always active. I mean, it says you are touched by it, so the way that is phrased sounds like it is permanent, but I wonder if it like dips in and out or anything. That I am not certain of. We'll for now, or if there's going to be, if there actually is a or if there actually winds up being like a caveat to having the soul on us. So in that case, we will we'll hedge and we'll just say that it works exactly as it says, where you just have this stuff permanently. But I will not be surprised if there actually is some kind of caveat to that. So glacial wave, yes, but we won't really worry about that. Well, it's a critical holding a fishing rod. The sea legs doesn't matter too much because I don't have it set for overcap, but that probably will help us with getting a crap load of crit. I think. Okay. For that though, I think we will just save. We'll just save this. Lightning but cold. Cool. Because again, I'm being a bit lazy. But I do think that a lot of very good ways that you could go with this. If you wanted to go attack based, obviously you totally could. I think a majority of the damage stuff that you get is through, or a majority of the stuff that you do is through this converting lightning to cold. So I think like the best things to do would be like lightning strike would actually be really good as well. Lightning strike for melee would be probably pretty damn cracked. You could probably do an arc. You could probably do a spark. A ball lightning, I think if you have an actual setup for it, would also go pretty hard. Trying to think what other good lightning skills there are out there. There's a ton of them. There's a plethora of good lightning skills out there. I mean, I guess if you did a smite build would be good through it. So, okay. So Surfcaster, Oshabi, I still wonder. I still feel like going wands here is probably good. If you do like evasion stacking wands, it's probably good. It's just a matter of like evasion stacking is kind of... I feel like, I guess... I mean, evasion stacking is still strong. It's just a matter of, like, you'll still be able to do a pretty damn good job with it. I'm just trying to think of, like, other ways to really help with your scaling. I mean, I guess if you take Mage Bane, that's just bigger scaling there. Iron Reflexes, we would not want that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was trying to think if there was some... I was like, I don't think there's an Iron Reflexes but for evasion, but I needed to double check for my own sanity. I do think if you did the pure attack based Illuminating Wisps, I do believe that you could do something with Oath of the Magi. I think you could very much so make it so that you at least had probably the move speed or max life if you really wanted either of those. I think you could very reasonably do that. But otherwise, the shrine stuff would be fun too. This stuff, I think there's so many different ways that you can go with this that it'll be really good no matter what, basically. Servant Valor Collie, kind of the same thing. Like, there's actually so much here that you can do. The one that I put together, which is for Bama, you can do Bama stuff. You could do God, I forgot the name of the skill suddenly. I'm going to lose my mind. What is the other one? You know, I have a thing for it. Nope, that's the wrong one. Dominating blow. I saw it. Dominating blow. You can do a dominating blow. I think that would also be very strong. You do a dominating blow type deal. Poison dom blow guys with raised spiders as well. I think that would be a really good way to go about this. But the Bama, I think, will be a really cracked thing to do. That's probably that might be what I try, honestly. But Bama should be really good. The other thing is definitely coming over and just focusing more on this side and focusing on your own damage and do it so you have Fizz is extra chaos while at max power charges. You gain a power charge while they're affected by a spider's web. You have that. You also have Envy for no reservation, which is just a ton of damage. And then you kind of just go these 4 right here, I think, and you can just get absolutely chunk through some stuff. I was trying to think of like good physical or good just like generic base skills that you could do. Let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. Because there was I was thinking of like bow skills especially too. I think the problem is that most bow skills kind of convert. There aren't very many like physical base bow skills. In fact, I think it's mostly like, yeah, you have puncture, you have frenzy, which actually frenzy would be okay, I think, if you wanted to do a frenzy build. You have barrage, and actually Scourge Arrow. Yeah, Scourge Arrow of the Menace. Yeah, Scourge Arrow of Menace bow with this setup would be pretty fucking strong, I think. I think that would be a very solid build overall. Maybe I'll do that. I haven't done a Scourge Arrow in a while, and I've actually kind of been feeling like it, so maybe one of those. Otherwise, melee-wise, what options do we have? I mean, you have Cyclone. That'd be a classic one. Would also be really good. If you were able to get, like, you would need a Beano's knife, I think, unfortunately. But if you were able to get one, Viper Strike of the Mamba with the Arakali stuff set up here, oh my god, I think you could go nuts with that. You would have so much damage. Your poison that you inflict would deal so much damage, I believe. So that would probably be a very good route that you could go. Let's see, what else is like very reasonable to do that could like you could turn into poison, or if not even poison, if just like additional just good with chaos, extra chaos damage. Double strike would be really good. Double or dual strike, both of those would be really good as just like chaos scaling instead. Yeah, frenzy would be okay. Let's see. I guess if you really wanted to do slams, like ground slam would be good. Heavy strike, honestly, that character I was playing just a little bit ago, heavy strike character, went insane. That character was absolutely cracked, so probably would just do a heavy strike. You could also just absolutely just do a heavy strike. Lacerate would be, I wouldn't do a lacerate probably. Let's see. Perforate, actually perforate would be really good with that too. Perforate would be pretty fun. Pestilence strike, I think Pestilence strike is just such a meme. Pestilence strike just is not worth it. What else is there? But there's quite a few options as far as melee goes as well. It's basically just anything that is either pure fizz, or you could instead just add some extra chaos on top of it and just be damn sturdy. Or that is, I think Viper Strike of the Mamba would be the best as far as the chaos skills go. There really aren't many chaos skills for that. I mean, what else? The other options would be like, I mean, there's like, what is Spectral Throw? What are the oh, projectile. Yeah, the other good one would be like Cobra Lash. Cobra Lash with that build would also be would go really hard. So would oh, I gotta scroll a little bit. Oh, I gotta scroll. You know what? A Poisonous Concoction also. I can see a Poisonous Concoction going hard. Although I guess you don't have any fizz. You don't have any, like, damage you can gain as extra with Poisonous Concoction, so maybe slightly worse, but you still could. Crap, what was that other thing called? There's Cobra Lash, and there is Venom Gyre. That's the other one. That's the other one. Yeah. I think Carbolash Venom Gyre or Venom Gyre would both be very good for that whole setup as well. So there's a lot of good things. The top, I guess, 5 then that I'll say for certain of our colleagues. So I guess that just goes to show how like crazy good this thing looks. The top 5 that I can think of would be like Bama poison stuff, dominating blow, probably still minion poison stuff. The Cobra Lash I'll put Cobra Lash / Venom Gyre, Scourge Arrow of Menace, or something melee like a heavy strike or a double strike or a dual strike, something like that would also probably go very hard with this kind of setup. So that's all really good. I will probably end up going Servant of Arcali. Like, I will just be so real. I will probably be going Servant of Arcali. Servant of Arcali and Surfcaster are both things that I immediately am like, I want to check this out. Daughter of Oshabi, I potentially would want to check out. Harbinger Witch does seem really fucking cool too. I just don't know what I would do with it. I think the only thing I could think was like cast on crit. Like cast on crit I feel like would go crazy because we have 40% increased cooldown recovery rate. And we can get the greater Harbinger of Time, which then further increases that stuff. So I would want to say that like you could go fucking nuts with that. And you could get some mana recovery over here and stuff. You could be immune to some stuff while you're channeling, so you could just do like Cyclone and just spin and go nuts. Like, I feel like that would be a very, very good way to go about it. There might be something better, but that was just kind of what I immediately thought of. I can't remember what Arcane does. Let's take a look. Richter, Harbinger. Okay. Urgent Thoughts, Greater. Occasionally casts Arcane Surge. The minion has 2 buffs that will cast on Arcane Surge, granting more spell damage and increased mana regen, and a buff that grants Chance to Shock and Lightning Penetration. Interesting. 15% chance to shock, damage penetrates 10% lightning resist. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly do something with that instead too, if you really wanted to. So there's a lot of good ways to go around this. So I think Harbinger is another one that seems really cool. I like it. Even Temp Chains has no reservation of castles and aura. That's just another really, really good node. That's another really, really good, just like generic thing to have. So Harbinger seems cool. And I will probably be trying it. We'll see. Again, this event, it's only a month. I mean, it goes go into private leagues afterwards, which is good. I'm glad that they're still giving us a way to like access this stuff. But like, bro, I have a month. I'm gonna be like locked in my room playing this because I want to try as much crap as I possibly can. Gambler seems pretty cool, like I was just saying. Elemental Hit of the Spectrum, maybe? Who knows? Elemental Hit of the Spectrum, maybe some kind of really cool spell setup that you can think of to do that that you can go crazy with. Probably would also work. Yeah, Gambler seems good. Antiquarian, though, really is the one. Like, that and Architect of Chaos. These are both things I don't know what to do with this. Like, I will say, Architect of Chaos does seem really good. Because you get, like, Dissolution of the Flesh, but better. You get, like, Blood Magic. You can get, like, a ton of... You can get Blood Magic, and then you can also get, like, free Arrogance support that also has 100% increased reservation efficiency, and then you can get another 20% on the tree, too. So you can get some, like, crazy... I feel like if you're able to get a lot of life, you could probably get a crap load of, probably get a whole hell of a lot of, skills set up as your life total. Potentially, anyway. Or at the very least, you know, you get Petrified Blood, a couple other things that are, like, solid for you, and then Petrified Blood, just free real estate. Free Dissolution of the Flesh over here, basically. And then you get the Vol stuff up here, which... I am less of a knower. I know that there's like a really good like Spark, Infinite Spark, Vol Spark build, especially with Everlasting Sacrifice, Shepherd of Souls. I know with like this stuff and the reduced souls per use and Vol skills and yada yada, like with all this stuff here, you could probably do a permanent uptime Vol Spark or Vol something that just goes really hard. I just do not. I don't have the willpower to really look into how to make all of this stuff work together. It seems cool. It's probably just not really my cup of tea to actually like sit down here and figure it out. Same with Antiquarian though. Bunch of good stuff for ward, faster restoration ward, increased global defenses. Just 100% increased global defenses is crazy good. And then this is a unique belt that we got this league. Ward instead of 50% of armor and evasion from a quick body armor. So if you're a ward enjoyer, rejoice. Rejoice. At least probably anyway. I don't really know. Also, this node over here is weird. Am I blocking it? No. 1% increased duration per 10 strength. Is that just like duration of anything? So like duration of minions, duration of buffs, duration of yes? I don't know. Strength stacking increased duration thing? I'll find out. Like duration of poison? So yeah, I don't know, but obviously you have no intelligence, so you have to build around that. And that's I'll be honest, that's pretty hard to do. There is certainly ways to do it, but it's pretty tough to do. So, I don't know. This one overall, I'm not terribly excited about this one, which is kind of a bummer. I hope that the other two Marauder nodes are good, or the other two Marauder classes look good. I hope the other two Marauder classes look good, because I feel like current Marauder, I'm not very happy with current Marauder. I'll be real. Like, anytime I look at Marauder, I'm just like, okay, I have Chieftain, which I don't care very much about. Like, I don't really care very much for Chieftain. I could play Berserker, which, like, Berserker is still kind of set in stone what you're going to do. You're taking Aspect of Carnage, you're taking Crave the Slaughter, Rite of Ruin, and then usually, like, Warbringer, maybe Flawless Savagery. That's what you're doing. So, Berserker still just feels kind of boring. And then you have Juggernaut, which Juggernaut is just absolutely crazy. It makes you giga tanky, gives you some really good damage as well. You can go, any of these nodes are good. And so it's just like, why do I play these two? So, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of either. Like, I know Chieftain does have some good stuff here with, like, Valico and Thessalio and stuff, but I don't know. Marauder itself just doesn't do anything for me currently, and this did not make me feel any particular way as well, so who knows? Who knows? All right, anyway, I think I'm tired of yapping. I've seen some cool stuff. So I did some POBs. Probably once we hear some more information and once we get more information and once even more of the Ascendancies come out, I'll probably do another stream just kind of randomly build crafting and going through some of the stuff again too, because it's fun. It's cool. A lot of stuff here. Anyway, for now, I'm leaving. Bye. Good night.